Hello guys. Yeah, okay. Here we're going to talk about different methods in Sketchware. Okay, for example, let me use the button. Let me add a button here. So here we're going to talk about translation. Translation, what is it all about? How you could place the movement of items in an app. How to place item in the x-axis or y-axis. So now, for example, if I put translation x, it tells us the degree by default is 0 0.0. If I put it to 20 or 30, let's say 30 or 300, it will move 300 units on the x-axis. If I reduce it, let's say 30, that will be 30 units away from the 0 0.0, which is default position in the x-axis. You move 30 units away in the x-axis. I know most of us have come across maths. Now, if I put a negative, it goes towards a negative direction. If I put -1, it moves towards the negative direction. That means it moves to the left instead of the right. So if I put 20, you see it goes towards the left by 20 units. So likewise, same applies for the y-axis. Now we'll talk about the scaling. We're going to talk about how to scale our objects. What's scaling all about? Scaling means to resize an image or whatever. So it means to resize an image. So if I put scaling here, the scale here in the x-axis to increase the size or reduce in the x-axis by default is 1.0. If I put let me say 20, you see it increased by 20 units. If I say 10, that is by 10 units. If I say 0 point, by default it is 1.0. So let me put 1.0. So you see it is back to its normal size. Likewise for the scale on the y-axis. So id is the name which independently identify every item, every widget within this app. So this id is a name which identifies the name when we are programming the app. The name which identifies every widget when we are programming the app. So we'll come across the programming part later. For now, we know all the basics of the app. So now for scale type it determines how the image should be fit, how the image should fit within the app. So if I put scale type to fit to XY, it fits within the boundaries it fits within the boundary of the image or of the widget, which is the image widget. It fits within the boundary. So if I put to fit start, it goes towards the start. Let me put it in a way we could easily view. So you see a white point there. This is a white point is going away. Likewise to this point. But I will take to you more detail in the next tutorial. So you see all the sides. At the sides, which is at this side and at this side, you see some a little white space there. It's because it's fitting the XY. So now, how do we do it to fit totally? Scale type. So if we want it to fit, that's fit center, sorry. For fit XY, it fits within. So for fit to the start, it shifts up. For fit to the center, it moves to the center. But this image is not a good image because it's a complete square. But from other images which you come across, you realize that it fits within the start and within the bottom and within the center. But for now, this is a good image. So that's all about the basics for Sketchware. Now to finish it up, let's talk about rotate. Rotate is simply how to rotate to a certain degrees. I know most of us, we know maths, yeah. So if it's 90 degrees, it rotates 90 degrees, sorry. The image, not the background. If it's 90 degrees, it rotates at 90 degrees. So rotation is all about the degrees within which we want an image or any widget to rotate. Anything on the background to rotate is when you use this rotate. You can rotate it negatively, which will be anti-clockwise. Oh, sorry, it's not possible negatively, yeah, it's just positively. So clockwise, just clockwise, rotation is clockwise. So now if I rotate it 180 degrees, it rotates 180 degrees. If I put it 0 degrees, it comes back to default, which is a 0 degree. So that's all about the rotation. That's all about the basics. In the next tutorial, we're going to talk about the event. Thanks for watching.